If you have a long document, like a manuscript for a book or a very long report, and you have multiple sections or chapters for it, do you want those chapters to appear, maybe they look different than everything else, or they're always appearing on the right side of the page, so they're always odd, or maybe they're always even, and you want it to automatically happen as you're updating your book? Well, let's take a look how. Okay, so let's start looking at section breaks and page breaks in general. Now, the document I'm going to use is not a real book that I've written. It's actually just an AI book that I've put together just for training. It's nothing I'd ever publish. I've not even actually read the whole thing through. So if you are reading it and it doesn't sound right, it's just because it's just a training document. And that's, yeah. So let's take a look. Now, you see I have the title, the table of contents, etc. Now, this one's 21 pages. If I wanted, say, the title page to just have the title on it, I can go through and take this next line. And there's a few ways I could do this. I'm just going to use the shortcut key. Control and Enter. That just takes me and gives me a page break. Now, what I have on my screen is non-printing characters are showing, and that's in the Home tab. I've got this button, and you can turn it on and off. When I'm dealing with editing section breaks or working with breaks, I actually love this showing because I can see exactly where it's putting the page break, what type of page break, and whether the page break has changed. If you put in the comments whether you've used section breaks in the past and have had issues, let me know, because I'm thinking about creating a video, because I know I've had issues with section breaks and it can take a long time to fix them. So so the page break is just a normal one. I'm just going to delete that and show you another way to do the same thing. And that's by going into the Layout tab. And in the Layout tab, you've got breaks here. And at the very top, you've got a page break. And that's exactly the same thing. You can see, though, this one, because I got rid of the line, it's put this blue line because this is heading 1. Yeah. Okay. If I just make that normal, and then I can get rid of that. There we go. So there's my page break. I'm also showing the navigation pane. If you haven't used this before, it's fantastic, and I'll put a link at the end so that you can view the video on this navigation pane. And it just means I can click and it jumps to that section. So this one is the first chapter. This one is the first chapter for this book, and I would like this not to be right after the table of contents, but to be on its own page. Now, if we look at this, this is page 3. If this is going to be a book, I could have it as, the next page, which I just put a normal page break in, or I can say I want it to be on the next odd page. So when you have some printed books, and no matter if the chapter finishes on an even or odd page, the next chapter starts on the right side, okay? So it's always going to be an odd page. Well, you can do that automatically within Word. So I'm putting my mouse where I want the page break, and then I go up to Layout, Breaks. And you can see here in the section break area, I have Next Page, and then I have, I'll look at continuous later, but I've got even and odd. So if I'd like the next page to always be an even page, then I choose even. But if I want it to be odd, I choose odd. So I'm choosing odd. There we go. And it actually puts that into the non-printing character. Okay, so it puts that in that show all. Okay, but if, now let's look at the page numbering. So I'm on page 3 here, and then I go, okay, what the hell? There we go. I'm on page 3 here, and if I scroll down and click on the next, it now says I'm on page 5. But it hasn't actually shown me there is a blank. I can go into File and Print, and then reduce the pages down, and it would show the blank in there. So I'm going down to the next section, and again, this one, it's right after the previous section. I would like it on a new page, so I can do the same thing. And we're on page 9, so I'm going to put another odd page in, and that's it. Okay. Now I also have something called a next page section break. If you have a normal page break, why would you need a section break? Well, a section can also be used to change formatting. That can be, and I don't mean formatting as in the font or adding a table in, that kind of thing. It means the page formatting, such as margins, headers, and footers. So you know how you have different chapters where you have the chapter number actually in there, or the name of the chapter? They can do that because they're using section breaks. Okay, if you'd like to know how to do that, put, say, a header or footer that has the title for that chapter in the actual header, put that in the comments. Okay, so the reason why I might have a next page is because I'm changing fundamentally the page layout. So I'm going to do this for this one and make it just a next page. And then I'm going to go to the next section and do the same before I change the formatting. Okay, so now I have that last section on its own, and here is the previous one. Okay, I just want to show you what the previous page showing. You can also do this with the section break of odd and even. Now I'm going to go up to, I'm in layout still, I'm going to go up. I could change margin, size, columns, but I'm going to just choose the orientation. So now I have one section which is in portrait, so the rest of my document is portrait, and this one section is showing as landscape. Why would you need that? I've used it many, many times for if I have a table of data and that table of data is just too wide for a portrait page. It just needs to go longer. So then what I do is I make that a different section, and then I can change the pages. So if I just scroll out, you can see that the document portrait right up until this point, and then it just goes back. If I had not put the section break here, it would have made all pages from this point forward landscape, and then I would have had to put in another section break and then make this portrait again. So by adding the section breaks in first, I've just saved myself a little bit of time. Okay, and how I scroll in and out, you can use the zoom at the bottom here, but I hold the control key and then use the roller on the mouse if you've got a roller on the mouse. Okay, and that just goes in and out of my document. Okay, there is another option also for a continuous page break, and that one I think I'm going to use, yeah, for this section here. So this one, I'm just going to pop in a normal page break. So that's page break or control enter. And then for this here, I'm going to select this section. And actually, I'm just going to choose 3 of them. And then by selecting this 3, now I can do this manually, but I'm using the cheat method. So I'm going to go into columns and say have 3. That's it. And what it's done is, you can't really see it here, but you can see it here. It's added in a continuous section break. So remember I said section breaks, you can fundamentally change like the page formatting. That's what this does. Now Microsoft Word is really, it really wants you to add all your text in and format it after. I don't know if you've had experience where you're formatting as you go along and then you scroll back and it's changed some of your formatting. You try and edit and things just don't work. But if you have a document that's plain text and then you go and add in the formatting, it seems to not glitch as much. But I do find that that's more for longer documents. Very short documents, yes, sometimes they glitch. I have one that's 5 pages that section breaks go haywire after 30 seconds, and I'm being generous. But this document, it's a brand new document. I just saved it, and it only has format, so it only has font styles applied until I've just applied this. Also, when you have the columns, you can go in and use the break of a column break. And then you just have to add that in manually for all the columns. There we go. And if I only had 2 here, so if I just delete that one. Remember, this isn't a live document, so it's okay if I just randomly get rid of things or add text in. But you can see it's trying to make everything even, and the information below, so after the continuous section break, it's put that in automatically. Whereas sometimes if you, again, formatting as you go along by putting in a continuous section break, then you're adding the columns and think, oh, actually I don't want the columns here, so you add in another one, then you go and change the following back to 1 column. Yeah, it's easier to use the cheat method that I just did, which is highlight what you want to have the columns applied as, and it will put in the continuous section breaks for you. Okay. If you have any questions, do put them in the comments. Once you have section breaks, if I just go back to home, I can click on that show hide non-printing characters, and you can see the document looks nice and clean. Okay, and if I go into File and Print, you can see where it's put the blank pages in, and that where I've put in the odd section breaks. And if I wanted this one to be forced to be odd or even, as I went along, I could have put in that and changed the format just like I did here. So I could change it to landscape, okay, just the same. If you're finding section breaks interesting and useful, then you might be interested in my 50 time-saving tips video. It's less than an hour, so it's approximately a minute per tip, but you also, once you sign up for my newsletter, you'll be able to download a list of all 50. If I have training videos for that tip, the link will be there. If you found this video useful, helpful, or interesting, please do click on that thumbs up. It really does help. If you'd like to see more of my videos, do subscribe to the channel. There will be a link at the end, here and here, one for subscribe and one for a video. I believe it was on navigation that you might find useful. Take care, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye for now.